I did most of the work with the interface in this game, including the health bars, action buttons, and also have a health bar for the player's target at the top of the screen. The buttons at the bottom of the screen right now, they're all empty. One of my things I added to was the ability to modify the buttons to whichever skills or items the player decides to use for those. And it also has the buttons to go into the pause state to look up information and set up your character the way you like. So first part of the pause menu was the character sheet. That's just the basic information of the character, their hit points, stat points, defense. The skill sheet, this is where you assign different abilities to your different buttons here. Part of the challenge of this one was since the play state and pause state were two different objects, they weren't interacting with each other, I had to get a way to assign buttons in the pause state here, and it would translate back into the play state where you can actually make use of them. And also have a quest log here, so during the gameplay you can pick up quests from different NPCs. You can come back here and find out which quests you have already and if you completed them or not. Let's see what's next. Yeah, this is the example of the quest system where you're interacting with one object and it brings up a chat window appropriate to the quest assigned to it. And if you accept the quest, it will change the dialogue appropriately. And once again, when you complete the quest, dialogue changes again, and there's an opportunity to get loot for whatever you accomplish. This is collision, which I believe that's John's area. So, Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I did collision detection for our game. At first, you might think that collision detection is easy, but in fact, it's quite a challenge. We decided to split collision up into three different parts for our game. The first part being collision detection with the terrain. The second part being a world bounding box, and the third part being collision detection with other objects. So, for the terrain collision, it was actually fairly easy and over. We just had to shoot a ray down at the terrain to get the height of the terrain and compare it with the player to figure out whether or not they were on the terrain. And just so that our objects wouldn't necessarily stick to the rain, we also put gravity in, and as you can see here, what happens when gravity does not work. And in order to make sure that everyone stayed on the map, we also had to implement a world bounding box, which was just simply, if they go out of the bounding box, kick them back in. But the real challenge came with object-to-object collision. Since Ogre is actually a rendering engine and not a game engine, it had no functionality to do it, so we had to build our own. And we started off with axis-aligned bounding boxes. And what we would do is we'd get the boxes, then we scale them based on how the player was actually scaling. We'd have to move them out on the terrain after that, and then check that they actually collided with each other. And then we had to build the ability to do that with a list of objects so that we could collide with anything we wanted instead of just one object. And gravity was just, normal Earth gravity. And now on to Blake for plugins.
All right, we only use a couple of plugins in our game, just the ear playing, sounding, which allows you to scale the volume up and down, or stop sounds, start sounds, that sort of thing. and also Particle Universe, which is a plugin that allows you to make more visually stunning effects than is normally allowed in Odor. So if you go to the next one, I'll kind of explain the interface. This is the Particle Universe editor, and basically it is drag and drop to begin with, but there's, for every single colored box you see here, there's about 20 to 30 different properties you can set for each object. So you start with a renderer, say a billboard, and you assign a technique, which is basically what your particle will look like, what the texture is on it, that sort of thing, and also the quota, which is how many it's going to allow to have, how many particles. Then from there, you have to assign an emitter to this technique, which is the green boxes, and those will, depending on what kind you make, it will spit out the particles either in a one point, single point, or in multiple directions, or you can have a circular, cylindrical emitter, there's a line emitter, there's all sorts of different kinds of emitters. It's just, and then from there, you can add certain things to happen over time, such as changing the colors, changing the scale, creating in, out, change the velocity. There's all, and then these yellow boxes all the way on the right are the really cool things that can happen. Like there's a vortex, there's color effectors, and it's just, there's a lot more flexibility in Particle Universe than there is normally, because it allows for so many different things. But that's about particles. And then these last few slides, I think there's 3 of them, is just kind of development shots throughout the process. This is kind of when we started getting the user interface up. You see there's 3 buttons along the bottom of the screen, and we had just plopped in an elephant model that didn't do anything yet. And our ninja model here is our player character. And this is whenever we started getting animations in. This is a kind of a rough elephant mesh for, it only has like 4 animations, and there was no depth animation yet, but this is just kind of looking at it, getting names for stuff, getting that in the code. So, and then this last one is just, it's the Maya binary of the elephant open in Maya, along with just some code windows, kind of what like what a normal screen would look like some days. You just have all sorts of things open. So now we're going to go ahead and demonstrate the game, and to explain it, we'll have Jeremy again.